conjunctions. Conjunctions are joining words that link together parts of a sentence to make writing more interesting. Let's remind ourselves what coordinating conjunctions are. These can be used to join together two clauses in a sentence. However, these two clauses need to make sense on their own. The four main coordinating conjunctions are and, but, or, and so. Here are some examples. The men wanted to spear a mammoth. They wanted to pursue it until it fell. You could add the coordinating conjunction and in between the two clauses, and the sentence would be: the men wanted to spear a mammoth and they wanted to pursue it until it fell. You can clearly see the coordinating conjunction and joining the two sentences. Here's another example. One man wanted to chase the mammoth into the bog. Another man suggested it would be hard to get the meat. You could add the coordinating conjunction but in between the two clauses, and then the sentence would be: one man wanted to chase the mammoth into the bog, but another man suggested it would be hard to get the meat. You can clearly see the coordinating conjunction but used here to join the two clauses. They may kill the mammoth. They may just hurt it. You could add the coordinating conjunction or in between the two clauses, and the sentence would be: they may kill the mammoth, or they may just hurt it. This sentence could be even more concise. That means that we use less words to get our message across. Have a look at this sentence now. They may kill the mammoth, or just hurt it. Taking out "they may" from the second clause works just as effectively, and the sentence still makes sense. The hunters need to stop the mammoth. It doesn't hurt them. These two clauses don't really make sense, so they definitely need a coordinating conjunction in between them. You could add the coordinating conjunction "so" in between the two clauses, and the sentence would be: the hunters need to stop the mammoth so it doesn't hurt them. These sentences now make sense because we have added the coordinating conjunction "so." We now know that the hunters need to stop the mammoth so that it doesn't hurt them. We have reminded ourselves about coordinating conjunctions. So now let's reflect on subordinating conjunctions. In some sentences, we can have a main clause and a subordinate clause. The main clause is the part of the sentence which makes sense on its own, whereas the subordinate clause adds additional information to the main clause. A subordinating conjunction is the word or words that join the subordinate clause to the main clause. Nell could not think of any ideas. She was too angry. This sentence could become: Nell could not think of any ideas because she was too angry. By adding the subordinating conjunction "because," we can join the subordinate clause "she was too angry" to the main clause. We now know that the reason Nell can't think of any ideas is due to her anger. Nell had an idea. She calmed down. This could become: Nell had an idea after she calmed down. By adding the subordinating conjunction after, we can join the subordinate clause, she calmed down, to the main clause. We now know Nell's ideas came once she had calmed down. Before moving on, we can also look at the order of our sentence. This sentence has the subordinate clause at the end of the sentence. However, we can also have the subordinate clause at the start of the sentence. Have a look. After she calmed down, Nell had an idea. You will notice that the subordinating conjunction after within the subordinate clause now comes before the main clause. Also note that this time the sentence needs a comma between the clauses. Let's have a look at a couple more. When Nell and her cave bear decided to run away, they knew following the water was a good idea. This sentence uses the subordinating conjunction when to join the subordinate clause, Nell and her cave bear decided to run away, to the main clause. Once again, notice that the subordinate clause starts the sentence, so a comma is needed to split it from the main clause. Let's have a look at one more example. Before they left, Nell checked the pair had enough food. This sentence uses the subordinating conjunction before to join the subordinate clause they left to the main clause. Did you notice the comma because the subordinate clause starts the sentence? So here are some things for you to remember. Conjunctions can join two parts of a sentence. Coordinating conjunctions join two sentences which make sense. We looked at and, but, or, and so. Subordinating conjunctions join a main clause to a subordinate clause. And we looked at because, after, when, and before.